going on, YouTube? This your boy Oscino Fly. What a way to start back doing reviews. I know this is odd. But, I guess this is my comeback to doing reviews. I wanted to do a big bang, but, that's not ready yet. My setup is not ready yet. But I still wanted to talk about this. So, without further ado, we're about to review the Borderlands trailer. Do not get me wrong. I love Borderlands as a video game. It's one of my favorite video game franchises. I loved all the games. I done played all the games except for Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but that's more or less a side game. But as far as the mainstay games, I done played them all. And I love the gunplays, I love the shootings, I love the multiple guns. Oh, I even like the story, even though it can go some places. I even played the Telltale games, where it's Tales of the Borderlands, which that was really good. Didn't play the second one, but I heard that one was garbage. But as far as the Borderlands go, I'm well aware of the franchise that kept up. So, going into watching this trailer, I had some concerns. First of all, I knew there was going to be a Borderlands movie before the Borderlands movie came out. The only person I knew that was going to be in it was Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart was going to play Roland. And this is where it starts for me. Alright, it's the casting. When Kevin Hart was playing Roland, that's the first thing I was kind of like concerned, because if you ever seen Roland in the actual game, Roland is a straight serious character. It's a no-nonsense serious character. Going into the trailer, I was wondering how much of the lore are they going to use for this. And from what it looks like, some, but not a lot. Why is Kate Blanchett Lilith? First, and also, we just start right there. Why the fuck is Kate Blanchett Lilith? Kevin Hart as Roland. Look, I know Kevin Hart has done some serious movies, but I think a lot of people, when they look at Kevin Hart, I think a lot of them don't really go for the serious movies. Even though he has done play serious movies, he's actually done well in some of the serious movies. I don't think people look at Kevin Hart as a Roland type of character, right? Because he's more or less a comedy relief too. Now, that's I let that slide. If Kevin Hart might be the best thing to come out of this movie, I can let that slide. Kate Blanchett as Lilith, and this is where my personal opinion. Kate Blanchett is 54 years old. I'm pretty sure Lilith is not 54 years old. I don't think, to me, she looks nothing like Lilith. I don't know where the casting, and this is where the start of everything is, because this casting is just like so weird of some people. You got Kate Blanchett as Lilith, and I'm like, ew. I'm not even ill, but as a 54-year-old woman, she looks good. Let's just say that. But as Lilith, the Firehawk, or the Phase Walker, and which I will get to the story part later, I'm not so sure. Okay, the girl Ariana Greenblatt, who they got playing Tiny Tina, at least she looks like Tiny Tina, right? I don't have a problem with that. But we're gonna get to the story later. Jack Black is Claptrap. It's okay. They could have used the actual Claptrap voice, but obviously they fired that guy because he's not in 3. As far as celebrity is big names, Jack Black works. And I can see that working. He did a great Bowser. I'm pretty sure he can do a great Claptrap. So, nobody's not gonna go against Jack Black. He's been on a roll lately, especially when doing stuff like this. So I can see that. I like Jamie Lee Curtis, but it's just like, why are we getting these? And no hate, because get your money. But I noticed that, especially for Lilith and Patricia Chen, why are we getting older people? Why are we not getting like actresses in their 20s and 30s to play this character? She don't. To me, she doesn't even look like Patricia Chen. I, you could put a lab coat on and the goggles just like her, but it's just when I looked at her, it's just like that's not Patricia Chen, is it? Actually, I was wondering who the fuck that was, and then when he was like, when then I found out that she was playing Patricia Tennis, I was like, as if this was like a cartoon voiceover, I would not have a problem with this. But as a movie wise, I'm gonna have a problem with this. I'm sorry, but Jamie Lee Curtis is old as hell too. You don't think they could have put someone younger? As I'm going through, the Borderlands wiki, like Lilith is in her late 20s, early 30s. You got Kate Blanchett, who is 50. We couldn't get an actress in her late 20s and early 30s to play Lilith. And then let's get to the second part of my concerns. It's like, are they going to follow the story? And from what it looks like, it's they got some parts right. Like, it's obviously on a planet. It's obviously on the planet Dora. It's obviously a wasteland. So they got that part right. But instead of, getting the original four, which was Roland, the Brick, and Mordecai, instead of that, we get Craig the Psycho and Tiny Tina, in which you don't see it to the second one. Now, again, you put a mask on a muscle man guy. Obviously, he looks like Craig the Psycho. They don't look like Craig the Psycho. And then the person they play, Tiny Tina, looks like Tiny Tina, but she doesn't come into the second movie. You could have put it into the second movie. Why are we not having Brick and Mordecai? Is it because of the character Tiny Tina was into? So it's just like, what are we doing? Now, it looks like they're just going to find a treasure. I don't know if they're going to use the symbol or not, but they should, because that's how the votes are open. So I'm not even sure about that. I'm befuddled. And then, mostly going through the trailer, I was like, I don't see them using like their special moves. I don't even know if Lilith is a siren, and that's my concern about this. It's just like, are they going to be like these from the game? They're going to pull like Lilith is a siren. I didn't see her phase walk at all. She was just shooting guns and like shooting people, which is cool because you shoot people in the fucking game. But what about things like, hell, the guy they could have played Greg the Psycho, he could have played Brick. He's probably not as big buff as Brick, but for the movie standards, he could probably play Brick. Why could we put Brick in there? And why isn't Mordecai in there? It's just like the story is there. And tell you the truth, anybody that's played the first game knows there's not that much story to get with. So you have this, and then you look at the IMDb. There's a lot of things that is going to be concerned that I feel like either people are not going to care, but the fan base is going to really pick apart. Like, why is Hammerlock black? Why is General Knox a woman? Like, y'all going to think I'm crazy right now, but you're going to hear these things when people break it up. Who the fuck is Larry? And why is Larry in the game? So who the fuck is that? So you're going, and is they even going to use their powers, or are they going to have is Roland going to have a turn, and not just the turn that he was on there because that was on the car, but like his special turn that supports. Are they even going to have that? It's like, how well is this movie going to set up the first one to the second one? Because thank God there's no Handsome Jack, because I feel like if this movie does well, God help if it does well, you could bring him into the second, so you can figure out who the fuck's going to be Handsome Jack. I'm glad they didn't bring Handsome Jack out in the first one. But as far as this trailer goes, it's just like, I'm not going to be the one that's, even though I said it in the earlier, like, why are we getting this movie? I'm not concerned about that. My whole concern is this movie is going to be good. Like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be action packed, but as far as the lore, I feel like they're getting everything wrong, and I'm not impressed. This is like, I'm not gonna be like, oh wow, I'm gonna see this movie. I don't know if I'm gonna see this movie.
Lately, I've been
like this, not like the Mario movie, which I was excited to see day one, and even though it's just like no one asked for this, I was like, okay, if they making it and then they do this right, it's like I would go see it. But this is just like, I got concerns, and not even like the nitpicky concerns, but it's more or less about the lore, the story, the actors. Like, look, a lot of people already talked to. They was hung up on Kevin Hart being Roland, and Roland's like this serious guy. He doesn't really crack a joke or nothing like that. He's super serious. You got Kevin Hart being, the jokey joke, hey, guy. Now go get your money, Kevin. But it's just like, really? And then, like, to me, I'm stuck on Kate Blanchett. She looked like a bird. I don't even think she looks appealing in this movie. And it's wild, again, why is we having a 54-year-old woman playing in late 20s, early 30s?
Lately, I've been...
We couldn't get nobody. We couldn't get... Look, and I don't know no actresses, no white actresses that we have that's in that, late 20s, early 30s.
Lately, I've been
area, but hell, you could put new people in there. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they look like what they look like. But I think people are going to tear this movie the fuck apart.
Lately,
I'm pretty sure if there was like we could still see the dislike button, it's probably going to be astronomical. But overall, am I going? Did it do enough to make me go see this movie? I might have to see a little bit more. I need to see a little bit more to get me at least. So you know what? I might just go see it. I'm not there yet. Just if they give me one more Borderlands trailer, and if they mention things like sirens and why isn't Mordecai and Brick there, or why isn't any other thing, this and that and the third. It's like, I feel like they got like I said, they got the lore right. They got the desert. Like, why is Tiny Tina there? Is it, is for her to be the comic relief or some shit like that? It's just like, now she plays an integral part too. And is she's gonna have that relationship with Roland, because it's like, that's another thing right there. Like, okay, you bring her in, and she's gonna have an integral relationship with Roland. Not no romantic thing, but it's just like Roland was the father figure that, if anybody remembers, Roland was the father figure to Tina. And when spoilers for those that didn't play the game, when Roland died, it really took a toll on Tiny Tina the most. It really did. It took a toll on her the most. It was like, for someone that was upbeat, and then you had to tell her that Roland was dead. She took it the hardest. So, and then again, like, I'm about to dive into it. Just made me dive into more Borderland lore than I really need to. I don't know if this trailer did its job, but like I said, it's going to need another trailer to make me go, I might go see this in the movie theaters. In the meantime, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Lately, I've been
fancy ass man wear glove rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rolled. Pharaoh.